Yeah, here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, verse 44, is that whoever commits kufr, he will have to pay the consequences of that kufr, bear the burden of that kufr. That his kufr is not on me, it's not on you, but every person is going to be responsible for their own action as long as the information has been given to them. Okay, next.
Another of his signs is that he sends out the winds bearing good news, giving you a taste of his grace, making the ship sail at his command, enabling you to journey in search of his bounty so that you may be grateful. Before you, Muhammad ﷺ, we sent messengers, each to their own people. They brought them clear proofs, and then we punished the evildoers. We make it our duty to help the believers. It is God who sends out the winds. They stir up the clouds. He spreads them over the skies as he pleases. He makes them break up and you see the rain falling from them. See how they rejoice when he makes it fall upon whichever of his servants he wishes, though before it is sent they may have lost all hope. Look then, at the imprints of God's mercy, how he restores the earth to life after death. This same God is the one who will return people to life after death. He has power over all things, yet they will continue in their disbelief, even if we send a scorching wind and they see their crops turn yellow. You, Prophet ﷺ, cannot make the dead hear, and you cannot make the deaf hear. The deaf hear your call when they turn their backs and leave. You cannot lead the blind out of their error. The only ones who can make hear you are those who believe in our revelations and devote themselves to us. It is God who creates you weak, then gives you strength, then weakness after strength. Together with your gray hair, he creates what he will. He is the all-knowing, the all-powerful. On the day the hour comes, the guilty will swear they lingered, no more than an hour. They have always been deluded, but those endowed with knowledge and faith will say, in accordance with God's decree, you actually lingered till the day of resurrection. This is the day of resurrection, yet you did not know. On that day, the evildoers' excuses will be of no use to them. They will not be allowed to make amends. In this Quran, we have set every kind of illustration before people. Yet if you, Prophet ﷺ, brought them a miracle, the disbelievers will still say, you prophets deal only in falsehood. In this way, God seals the hearts of those who do not know. So be patient, for God's promise is true. Do not let those with no firm beliefs discourage you.
Alright, this set of ayat, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He mentions the wind in a few different ways. Okay? Why does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mention the wind? In which ways does He mention it? Okay, sailing of a ship. If, I don't know how we work, but I don't know if we've been on ships, but if in the times before motors and all these type of things, right? If there was no wind, and in Surah, Allah also talking about ayah, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that if He subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted, He could just make a ship, even now He can make a ship just sit on the sea without moving. Or, no matter how advanced, right, or technologically advanced, we make our ships, we make our motors and things like that. If there's a very strong wind that comes, it will flip it over. Right? Remember Titanic and all these type of things, even God can't sink the ship, that's what they would say. Right? That's an iceberg, but you see the impact, and you see that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is fawqa kulli shay. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is above everything else. Subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then also, what else did He talk about wind? What's up? Okay, you know hadith, Wali explained this well when he was fundraising at Ulsa. You know hadith that Prophet ﷺ was more gracious than a free-flowing, more generous than a free-flowing wind. What does that mean, a free-flowing wind?
Touches everyone.
Touches everyone, good. What else? Okay, we'll talk about this in Surah Ahqaf, but when the people of Ad were destroyed. Before they were destroyed, they saw a wind that was coming to them, and they thought that this wind is going to bring us rain, and it's going to be beneficial for us. But that wind was a sign of their destruction. It gave them false hope. So when we have wind, especially a free-flowing wind, especially in the desert, that's a sign of what? Yeah, I think you're right. I think I heard it. Rain? Okay, yes, rain. So I can't hear it, but it's very loud. So yeah, rain. So the wind is a sign of rain. It's a sign of, think about it. Remember Eid Day? Eid Day was very, very hot, right? And the wind, if the wind came, yesterday, Saturday was yesterday. Saturday was very hot too, but when the rain started to come, it was like alhamdulillah, you know? So this is the type of thing we're talking about wind. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us to reflect on it. Billah, right? Ask yourself, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Have we ever looked at the wind as like, you know, they assume that it's here, it's here, it's not, it's not. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us, وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ أَنْ يُرْسِلَ الرِّيَاحَ. From His signs is that He sends the wind. So, point of the discussion is that don't go through life not reflecting on the blessings that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent upon you. I remember when I was in Cairo, this last time, the weather was 113 and there were sandstorms. So we were, you know, when you go outside you think that, okay, there might be a breeze, so that makes it a little bit lighter, but the breeze was also hot. But this is also from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as well. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about mercy. And what is the sign of His mercy? It tells about rain and how He brings the imprints of God's mercy, how He restores the earth to life after death. And this is the same Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who will return people to life after death. He has power over all things. Okay, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about the stages of life. What are the stages of life He mentions in this ayah? Ayah 54. Yeah. Okay, what does it say when He creates us weak? What is that stage, Reza? When we're a baby. Alright, can we do anything when we're babies? No. People have to literally carry us from one place to the other. Okay? Then, gives you strength. When is it the time that we have strength? Go ahead. Adil? Like adult, when you're like in maturity, right? When you're a teenager, when you're an adult, you feel, mashallah, very strong. And then, how do we return to weakness? When is that? When you get older again, right? SubhanAllah, I was meeting with some older uncles, like someone's like, I want you to meet my nana, I want you to meet my dada. And they're like, you know, I don't know, 40, 50 years ago, he was the weightlifting champion at his school, at his university, right? And mashallah, he's still in very excellent shape. But you see that the stages of life, right? And that's why we are who we are, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is who He is, because none of these things affect Him subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَيَوْمَ تَقُومُ السَّاعَةُ يُقْسِمُ الْمُجْرِمُونَ مَا لَبِثُوا غَيْرَ سَاعَةٍ. On the day on which the hour, okay, look at 55. There's a term in English, I don't know what it's called, a homonym or something? What's a homonym? Anybody know? Anybody heard this term before? It's like they're spelled the same way, but they have different meanings. Right? My sister teaches English, I don't teach English, I teach those things. But here, if you look at 55, read verse 55, on the day the hour comes. Okay, what is the hour here referring to? The day of judgment. The word here, وَيَوْمَ تَقُومُ السَّاعَةُ. The guilty will swear they lingered no more than an hour. What does that hour mean? Like time, like 1 hour. Okay, but the word there is also sa'ah. But if you read it, then you're like, okay, how do you put these two together? So you need to understand the context and language. Okay, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said their excuses will be of no avail to them. And then He talks about the Qur'an. The Qur'an, every method is available in the Qur'an, every information is available in the Qur'an. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala seals the hearts of those who do not know. So Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, be patient. Be patient. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, remember, during this time it was difficult for him sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Be patient, for Allah's promise is true, and do not let those with no firm belief discourage you. Never let someone who does not believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or tries to work to make people not believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, don't ever let them discourage you. Be firm and stick to your faith, stick to your principles. Okay, what we're going to do now is that we are inshallah ta'ala going to take a break. But before you take a break, okay, I want you to get into groups of 3 inshallah, and read verses 12 to 19. Right? 12 to 19 of Surah Luqman. And this is like, Luqman's advice to his son. And try to derive as many lessons, benefits Not only for us, for yourself as an individual, but for a community. How can we improve our relationship with our children through this story, and also with the children, right? How he talks to his parents, how his parents talk to him. As children, what is your perspective on this as well? All right, so take 10 minutes to do that, and then after you finish that, inshallah, you can take a break. I'm going to go perform a nikah. I'll be back inshallah.